When you lie down, the world seems to slow down. But spiritually, it's the moment when everything begins to move. There's something almost sacred in the instant your breath deepens and your body relaxes, as if life is preparing the ground so that the invisible finally has space to act. It is in this silent space where the conscious mind falls asleep and the subconscious awakens that this energetic reprogramming begins to work. It doesn't matter how your day was or what thoughts haunted you. Here now, you enter a vibrational field that doesn't accept old limitations. It's like crossing a portal where the universe begins to adjust, reorganize, and purify everything that was misaligned. While you sleep, frequencies of abundance begin to clear internal noise, dissolve toxic emotional memories, and open space for a new state of being. You not just hearing words, you reactivating vibrational codes that your spirit understands even before your mind comprehends them. Every emotion you feel leaves an energetic signature within you. Fear, tiredness, and memories of lack create small distortions in your vibrational field, like turbulent waves that interfere with the natural flow of manifestation. This reprogramming calms these internal waves, like reorganizing your own emotional ocean while you rest. The energy begins to align in layers, releasing hidden tensions and letting go of old burdens you've carried for years without realizing it. Your body relaxes, but your soul awakens. Your mind rests, but your spirit works. It's a silent, yet profound healing that transforms your electromagnetic field and prepares your consciousness to receive what you've always desired but never been able to sustain. As you breathe more slowly and deeply, something within you begins to reorganize. Imagine a subtle light initiating an expansion in the center of your chest. This light represents the exact point where your emotions, desires, and power of attraction meet. Each word of this reprogramming touches this light like a vibration that spreads, purifying, energizing, and activating new possibilities. It's as if the universe is saying, now you are ready to receive. In this state, you stop fighting against life and begin to flow with it. Resistance dissolves, fear loses its power. You enter into harmony with the field that creates all results. Many people try to manifest during the day, but during sleep, you access a level of spiritual openness that you rarely achieve while awake. Here, your subconscious takes control and begins to replace internal narratives of scarcity with new, vibrational truths. You don't need to force it, you don't need to repeat anything, you don't need to fight what you feel. Just listen, breathe, and allow the frequencies of this reprogramming to touch dimensions of your mind that you do unconsciously reach. It is in this state that old beliefs begin to lose strength, that old programming weakens, and that new codes begin to settle like seeds ready to germinate. Perhaps, as you listen, you will notice a gentle warmth in your chest, a lightness in your heart, or a feeling of expansion around your head. This is not your imagination. It is your energy field responding. It is living proof that you are tuning into something greater than yourself. It is the beginning of the vibrational shift that transforms realities. When you fall asleep at this frequency, you are not sleeping alone. You are being guided, supported, and realigned by an energy that knows exactly what to do and where to take you. Your thoughts begin to slow down, like leaves finally settling after a day of being blown by the wind. The mind finds rest, and in that rest, transformation begins. What you have desired so many times but failed to attract begins to find its way. Your field opens, your vibration rises, and the universe responds. Nothing needs to be forced anymore. Nothing needs to come with effort. At this frequency, you simply allow the universe delivers. When the conscious mind sleeps, the universe works. When the body rests, energy realigns itself. When you let go, the flow arrives. And tonight, you're not just going to sleep, you're going to experience a new reality. As you delve deeper into this state of relaxation, something silent begins to happen within your energy field. It's as if old, heavy layers begin to loosen without resistance. You may not even consciously realize it, but internally your vibration undergoes a deep cleansing, dissolving blockages that have been present for years. The energy that was previously dammed up begins to circulate more lightly, more fluidly, as if an ancestral river that has always existed within you finally has space to flow. And the more you relax, the more this flow finds free paths to expand, adjusting parts of you that were disconnected from their own worthiness. It is in this state of openness that the universe finds a way to reorganize what seemed blocked. Dreams that seemed distant begin to draw closer, not because you are fighting for them, but because your vibration begins to align with the level where these dreams naturally exist. Manifestation is not an effort, it is a consequence of being in the right vibrational place. And here, in this nocturnal frequency, you cross doors that remain closed during the day. Your subconscious receives new information, like luminous codes that begin to rewrite old beliefs that have limited you for so long. Abundance begins to recognize your energetic signature and approaches like a magnetic field responding to the call. As this energy intensifies, a gentle sensation of emotional expansion arises in your chest. It's a sign that you are touching deeper levels of your own essence, those that rarely surface when the mind is too active. Here, you are not just resting, you are recalibrating your vibration to the exact point where prosperity flows without barriers. Everything you have ever asked for begins to gain momentum on the energetic plane. Life reorganizes itself from the inside out. Your body rests, but your energy strengthens. Your mind quiets, but your spirit expands. With each slow breath, you disconnect a little more from the weight of the day, from responsibilities, demands, and inner doubts. It's like emptying a box full of noise so that only what is necessary remains. At this point, reprogramming begins to act directly on the emotional memories that form your relationship with deserving. Those inner voices that said it's not for you begin to dissolve. The beliefs that made you believe you needed to suffer to receive begin to lose strength. You enter a territory where pure energy replaces the old narrative, and everything that was dark begins to clear. You may notice a slight warm sensation running through your body, as if invisible hands were dissolving tensions that have accumulated in specific areas. This is more than relaxation. It's vibrational alignment. It's your energetic body responding to the call of expansion. It's the unlocking of points where abundance tried to enter but encountered resistance. Now, with an open mind and a clear field, energy can finally flow to where it should always have flowed. Nothing else impedes movement. Nothing else holds back prosperity. You are freeing up space for the new. When your thoughts begin to drift away like dark clouds dissipating on the horizon, the subconscious takes full control, and this is where true transformation happens. This is the level where new realities are imprinted, where new vibrations are chosen, and where old memories cease to determine your future. The frequency of this reprogramming touches your field like waves gently crashing against the shore, precisely rearranging every inner detail. As you sink deeper into this state, something begins to reorganize quietly within your energetic field. It's an inner movement that doesn't require effort, thought, or control. It simply happens because your vibration is finally soft enough to let healing occur. While the outside world fades into stillness, your subconscious steps forward like a guardian who knows exactly what needs to be released and what must be activated. Old patterns start to loosen their grip, dissolving layer by layer, like dust being lifted from a surface that waited years to shine again. And as this light returns, you begin to feel an internal opening, as if the universe were gently pushing open a door you kept closed without noticing. This is the moment when your reality starts to shift from the inside out. Your subconscious mind, now receptive and expanded, begins to erase inherited beliefs that once told you that abundance was difficult, rare, or conditional. These beliefs don't match your true frequency. They were learned, not born with you. And tonight, as you listen, they are slowly rewritten. The vibrations embedded in these words travel through your mind like waves cleansing a shoreline, clearing every thought that no longer aligns with who you are becoming. In this state, nothing is forced. The shift happens naturally, as the energy within you begins to calibrate itself to the frequency of your desires. Manifestation becomes not a wish, but a natural state of place. Your energy knows how to reach when it is not carrying weight from the past. With each breath, you feel more grounded and more open at the same time. It's a rare combination, the feeling of being held and expanded simultaneously. It happens only when the energy is being readjusted at a deep subconscious level. Imagine a gentle current of warmth spreading through your chest, your ribs, your abdomen, lifting tension you didn't even know you were holding. The body relaxes because the energy finally feels safe to move. And as this safety grows, your inner world starts aligning itself with abundance, love, and possibility. What once felt heavy begins to lighten. What once felt unreachable begins to draw closer to you. Inside this calmness, something powerful emerges, an awareness that you are not broken, not blocked, and not failing. You were simply vibrating at a frequency that didn't match the reality you were trying to attract. Now, as your energy shifts, life begins to rearrange in your favor. Opportunities that once passed unnoticed start to align with your path. People who resonate with your new vibration begin to enter your field. You are becoming magnetic. Not because you are trying, but because your energy is becoming clear, open, and coherent again. As the subconscious continues to expand, it starts releasing emotional imprints from old experiences, memories of disappointment, rejection, or fear that once shaped how you responded to life. These memories don't disappear. They are transformed. They lose the emotional charge that kept them alive inside you. Without that charge, they can no longer influence your vibration or your outcomes. It is here, in this subtle transformation, that your reality begins to change long before the physical world reflects it. This is where manifestation begins, not in thoughts, but in the vibration beneath them. In this receptive state, the frequency of abundance becomes easier to feel. Not the idea of abundance, but the energy of it, a quiet, warm, steady presence that surrounds you like a soft glow. You may sense a tingling in your hands, a lightness in your forehead, or a gentle pressure around the heart. These sensations are signs of energetic recalibration. They show that your field is opening to receive what has always been available, but was once blocked by old narratives. The more you relax, the more this frequency anchors itself into your subconscious, shaping a new internal structure aligned with growth. Rest now, and allow this work to complete itself. Good night. As you sink further into this state of energetic openness, something even more profound begins to unfold within you. A release that doesn't come from effort, but from surrender. This type of release is subtle, almost silent, yet powerful enough to transform the very foundation of your vibration. Your subconscious, now fully activated, starts moving through layers you haven't touched in years, dissolving emotional residues and tensions stored in places the conscious mind can't even reach. It feels like a quiet unbinding, as if old knots tied by fear, doubt, or past experiences are loosening one by one. This isn't the kind of release you force. It's the release that happens when your inner world finally feels safe enough to let go. As these knots dissolve, your inner energy finally finds room to flow naturally. You may not see it, but deep inside, your emotional field begins to unclench, making space for something new, lighter, and far more aligned with who you are becoming. Every word, every frequency embedded in this experience acts like a warm current passing through your energy centers, softening what once felt rigid and awakening what once felt dormant. Your body responds instinctively, the shoulders soften, the breath becomes deeper, the heartbeat steadies. These are signs of alignment, signals that your vibration is elevating in a way that cannot be stopped. This is the moment when your magnetic power begins to return. I'm not talking about the external power you try to demonstrate to the world, but the internal power that has always existed beneath the noise of fear and self-doubt. This power was never lost, it was just overshadowed. Tonight, as you release what no longer belongs to your energy, your natural magnetism rises again, like a tide reclaiming its rhythm. You start to feel a sense of inner strength, not loud or aggressive, but steady and deeply rooted, as if life itself were pouring confidence back into you. Now that the old energy is leaving your field, your subconscious begins to pull new frequencies inward. Imagine your mind was a space once crowded with static, and now, finally, there is enough silence for clarity to enter. This clarity isn't mental, it's vibrational. It feels like a soft hum inside your chest, a warmth spreading behind your sternum, or a wave of relief-soaked tranquility washing through your system. These sensations are signals that your energy is recalibrating to a higher baseline, getting ready to attract realities that match your new frequency. As this recalibration deepens, you start to feel a subtle shift in how you relate to your desires. They no longer feel distant or heavy. They no longer feel like a someday thing. Instead, they begin to feel familiar, achievable, and close as if they were always meant to be yours. This happens because your energy is learning how to hold abundance without collapsing into fear, doubt, or unworthiness. You are being trained vibrationally to receive. This training happens not through effort, but through alignment. Tantonite. Alignment is becoming your natural state. When the subconscious reaches this depth of openness, the universe listens more clearly to your vibration, not your fears, not your doubts, not your efforts, but your true, underlying frequency. and for the first time in a long time, that frequency is becoming consistent, stable, clean, receptive. This is the moment when new opportunities begin aligning behind the scenes, when people who resonate with your new energy start gravitating toward your path, when breakthroughs begin forming in silence, preparing to appear in your physical reality. As this inner release continues to open up space within you, the next phase of your transformation begins, the phase where your energy starts aligning with the reality you truly desire. This alignment doesn't happen through force or pressure. It happens through resonance. Your subconscious, now operating in its highest receptive state, starts tuning itself to the frequency of your future. Like a radio shifting from static to a clear signal. You may not see the changes just yet, but believe me, they are happening in the exact moment your vibration shifts. Your field becomes organized, coherent, and centered in a way it hasn't been for years. This coherence becomes the foundation for everything you're about to attract next. In this alignment phase, your energy begins to recognize abundance as something familiar rather than foreign. The blocks that once made prosperity feel so distant now begin to dissolve completely, revealing a new emotional landscape where receiving feels natural and easy. You start to sense a subtle inner harmony, a quiet feeling that doesn't scream, but whispers, "You are entering the right frequency." This whisper is so important. It's the first sign that your inner world is matching the vibrational signature of your desired reality. And when that match happens, manifestation is no longer a hope, it becomes inevitable. The deeper you go into this state, the more your subconscious rearranges your internal patterns. It begins removing habits of thought that drained your energy, replacing them with new internal structures built on trust, openness, and certainty. This process doesn't feel forceful at all. It feels like clarity returning home. You might notice a sense of lightness in your mind, as if mental clutter from years of overthinking were slowly dissolving into a profound silence. That silence is incredibly powerful. It is the space where new frequencies anchor themselves and begin to guide your emotional responses. As your energy calibrates to this new level, your relationship with your desires shifts dramatically. You no longer chase them. You merge with them vibration. They stop existing as something outside of you and begin existing as something emanating from within you. This is the very essence of alignment, when the desire is no longer a wish, but a frequency you embody. And when you embody the frequency, the universe responds, not eventually, but immediately. It feels as though the invisible world begins rearranging itself to bring your future right into your present moment. During this phase, the subconscious mind also identifies those old patterns of self-sabotage that once disrupted your manifestations. These patterns lose their influence as your energy rises. The doubts that once controlled your decisions no longer have a place in your new vibrational structure. The fears that once made you shrink instead of expand begin to dissolve into neutrality. You start to move emotionally from a place of trust rather than survival. This shift is one of the most powerful changes you can experience, because the universe responds to the emotional state you live in, not the one you try to perform. As the alignment deepens, you enter a state where the future feels close, not in a rushed or anxious way, but in a grounded, stable, and confident way. Your energy forms a bridge between who you were and who you are becoming. On this bridge, things that once seemed complicated start to feel simple. Things that once felt uncertain become crystal clear. The universe communicates with people whose energy is aligned, not with people who are desperate. And right now, you are stepping into the frequency that receives guidance, signs, synchronicities, and opportunities without any resistance. Thank you for joining me on this journey inward. If this resonated with you, please like, share, and subscribe for more content to help you align with your best life. Until next time, as your inner frequency stabilizes at this higher level, something begins to shift outside of you as well. The quantum field, the invisible matrix of possibilities surrounding your life, starts responding to your new vibration. This response isn't dramatic or loud. It is precise, immediate, and subtle, like a universe adjusting its coordinates to match your transformed inner state. Every thought you release tonight, every belief you rewrite, every emotional layer you dissolve sends a signal into the field, and the field responds by rearranging the possibilities available to you. What once felt blocked or stagnant now begins to open, piece by piece, as if the fabric of reality were adjusting its threads to create new pathways for your desires to manifest. The quantum field doesn't respond to effort, it responds to frequency. And tonight, Your frequency is rising steadily, becoming clearer, more coherent, and more aligned with the energy of abundance. This coherence creates what scientists call quantum coherence, a state in which your energy becomes unified rather than scattered. When this happens, your intentions gain strength, your manifestations accelerate, and your ability to attract increases dramatically. You are no longer sending mixed signals of fear and desire. You are transmitting one clear message: I am ready. As you drift deeper into this receptive state, your subconscious begins to communicate directly with the quantum field. Each affirmation within this reprogramming becomes a vibrational command, influencing the field like ripples spreading through water. These ripples reach opportunities, people, ideas, and situations that match your frequency, pulling them toward you with magnetic precision. You don't need to push the universe. You only need to align with it, and alignment is exactly what your energy is mastering right now. This is why things begin to change suddenly after a night like this. The field remembers your new frequency and responds accordingly. Inside your internal world, something equally powerful is unfolding. Your emotional body begins releasing the last residues of resistance, the subtle fears, the quiet doubts, the tiny hesitations that once blocked your manifestations. These fragments dissolve as your energy becomes smoother, cleaner, and more open. This cleanliness is essential. It creates the vibrational space for your new reality to anchor itself in your physical life. When your energy is crowded, manifestation feels slow. When your energy is spacious, manifestation flows freely. Tonight, you are creating enormous vibrational space. As this space opens, you begin to feel a growing sense of certainty, not logical certainty, but vibrational certainty. It's the kind of knowing that doesn't require proof or reassurance, because it comes from alignment rather than thought. This certainty feels like peace, like a steady pulse inside your chest, like the feeling that life is finally beginning to cooperate with you. And it is. The quantum field is reorganizing in real time to match the new frequency you are emitting. Every part of your being is learning to receive. The deeper this certainty becomes, the more you begin to sense that your desires are already forming in the invisible. It no longer feels like you are waiting. It feels like you are aligning. You may even notice flashes of intuition, images in your mind, subtle impressions of what is coming. These are previously reflections of your future reality communicating back to you, letting you know you are on the correct path. What you once hoped for is now responding. What you once doubted now feels inevitable. What you once feared no longer has power. As you continue sinking into this gentle state of expansion, your subconscious begins entering the deepest layer of its transformation, the rewriting of your internal blueprint. This blueprint is not made of thoughts. It is made of associations, emotional memories, and vibrational patterns that have silently guided your life until now. Tonight, as your conscious mind rests, this blueprint becomes malleable, flexible, open to change in a way it rarely is during the day. The energy entering your field moves through old structures like light entering a darkened room, illuminating patterns you didn't realize were shaping your reality. And as each pattern is revealed, it begins to dissolve, making space for a new version of your energetic identity. This is the moment where deep emotional imprints from childhood, past relationships, failures, and disappointments begin to lose their authority. These imprints once acted like invisible rules defining what you could or could not receive. They told you which dreams were realistic, which desires were too big, and which opportunities were not for someone like you. But tonight, these rules fade. They no longer hold the same weight because your energy is no longer aligned with them. The subconscious releases what was once protective but has now become restrictive, allowing a new, expansive blueprint to form, one built on permission, not limitation. As the blueprint shifts, you begin to feel a subtle reorganization within your emotional field. It is not dramatic. It is not chaotic. It is a quiet unfolding, a soft rebalancing that feels like the inner version of taking a deep, relieving breath. Layers of emotional heaviness start peeling away, revealing a clearer, cleaner, vibrational space. This space becomes the foundation for new beliefs that affirm your worthiness, your natural right to abundance, your ability to attract opportunities, and your alignment with everything you desire. These beliefs are not installed through repetition alone. They are installed through vibration. And tonight, your vibration is rising to meet them. At this stage, your subconscious begins to accept abundance as normal. Not a miracle, not a stroke of luck, not a rare event, but a natural extension of who you are. This acceptance changes everything. When the subconscious sees abundance as familiar, it stops rejecting it and begins welcoming it. Your energetic field shifts from a state of longing to a state of allowing. This shift is subtle, but its effects are enormous. It is the difference between running after your desires and letting them come to you. And as this new blueprint forms, you become someone to whom abundance flows naturally. As the subconscious rewrites its patterns, it also begins lifting emotional weights you carried unknowingly: the fear of not being enough, the fear of failing again, the fear of losing what you gain, the fear of hoping too much. These fears once shaped your decisions, your expectations, and your manifestations, but tonight, they begin to evaporate. Not because you are forcing them out, but because your energy is moving beyond them. You are stepping into a vibration these fears cannot survive in. You are becoming someone who no longer identifies with limitation. With each shift in this inner blueprint, your field becomes more magnetic. You start attracting situations, people, and experiences that align with your new vibrational identity. You begin to feel emotionally lighter, mentally clearer, and energetically more open. It feels as though the air around you becomes softer, and the future becomes brighter. This brightness is not imagined, it is the reflection of your new blueprint projecting itself into the quantum field. The universe recognizes this projection instantly and begins reorganizing reality around it. Thank you for joining this session. Follow for more content like this. As your subconscious blueprint settles into its new structure, a profound shift begins to unfold. You enter the state of receiving without resistance. This is one of the most transformative phases of manifestation, because resistance has always been the silent barrier between you and the reality you desired. Tonight, that barrier weakens, your energy softens, your emotional field opens, and for the first time in a long time, you begin to allow the universe to approach without fear, without hesitation, without the instinct to protect yourself from disappointment. This openness is not a risk, it is the vibrational state where your manifestations flow directly toward you. In this receptive state, your inner world feels calmer, lighter, and somehow more certain. Not a certainty born from logic, but from resonance, the feeling that you are finally aligned with something that has been trying to reach you for years. You sense an inner spaciousness, as though your mind and heart have cleared enough room to hold the abundance you once felt unprepared to receive. This spaciousness is essential. It acts as the energetic container for your manifestations, ensuring that when they arrive, you do not push them away, you do not doubt them, you do not shrink. Instead, you receive. Your subconscious begins to shift its emotional associations around abundance. What once triggered fear or anxiety now triggers a sense of warmth, safety, and possibility. This is because the energy of abundance is becoming familiar, overwhelming. Familiarity is powerful. The subconscious only allows what it recognizes as safe. And tonight, abundance becomes safe. Receiving becomes safe. Expanding becomes safe. And as these associations rewrite themselves, your vibration aligns with the frequency of allowing, the state where manifestation accelerates effortlessly. As the resistance melts away, you begin to feel a subtle pull from your future. It is as though your desired reality is calling you closer, reaching toward you with the same intensity that you once reached toward it. This pull is not pressure, it is alignment. It feels like a soft magnetism in your chest or a warm expansion in your heart, signaling that the energetic distance between you and your desires is decreasing. You are no longer chasing, you are attracting, not through effort, but through resonance. In this state, doubt loses its strength. It no longer has the emotional fuel that once made it believable. The fear that your manifestations might not arrive becomes quieter until it eventually fades into nothingness. You begin to trust the process, not blindly, but energetically, because you can feel your field shifting, your mind expanding, and your subconscious aligning. This trust becomes your new standard, your new emotional baseline. It is from this baseline that your future begins forming faster than you have ever experienced before. As your energy stabilizes in this receptive frequency, something remarkable happens. The past stops interfering with your future. Old emotional echoes no longer pull you backward. Unresolved memories no longer shape your expectations. You are no longer living from past wounds, but from present alignment. And when the past stops influencing your vibration, the future becomes free to manifest without distortion. This is why receiving becomes easier. The path is finally clear. As you drift into an even deeper state of receptivity, something extraordinary begins to occur within your energetic field. You start becoming a vibrational match for the reality you have been longing for. This match is not mental, it is vibrational. It happens when your inner frequency rises to the same level of the experiences, opportunities, and abundance you wish to attract. Tonight, this alignment intensifies. Your energy stretches, expands, and harmonizes with the frequency of your future. Like two tuning forks resonating in perfect unison, you don't realize it consciously, but every breath is pulling your desired reality closer to you. In this powerful state, the universe stops feeling distant. It stops feeling like something you must convince or persuade. Instead, it becomes an active partner in your transformation. The quantum field begins responding with precision, adjusting the probabilities around your life so that the path toward your desires becomes clearer, smoother, and more aligned. You may feel a subtle shift, a sense of being held by something larger than yourself. A feeling that the universe is no longer neutral but attentive. This is not a fantasy. It is resonance. When your vibration rises, the world listens. As the energetic gap between you and your desires shrinks, your subconscious begins reinforcing this connection through new emotional patterns. Instead of feeling unworthy or uncertain, you start to feel naturally aligned, as if abundance were something written into your identity. This shift is profound. It changes the way you relate to your goals, your dreams, and your future. You no longer approach them from a place of desperation. You approach them from a place of readiness. Manifestation becomes the unfolding of what you already feel within. Not a reward for effort, but a reflection of vibration. Inside your emotional body, a new sense of stability forms. This stability feels like an inner anchor, grounding you even as your vibration expands. It prevents old doubts from resurfacing and stops past fears from regaining influence. You begin to feel steady, consistent, and calm, the emotional qualities that make your energy magnetic. The universe does not respond to chaos, it responds to coherence. And tonight, coherence becomes your natural state. Every part of your being begins operating in harmony. As this harmony deepens, the images of your future may start appearing in your mind, not through forcing visualizations, but naturally, effortlessly. These images are energetic previews, reflections of what your vibration is preparing to receive. They may come as sensations, flashes of intuition, warm emotions, or simply a quiet knowing that something is shifting. These previews are not random. They are signs that your energy is matching the frequency of your desires with increasing consistency. You are aligning with your future self. As the match strengthens, you begin to understand a deeper truth. Manifestation is not about wanting it, is about becoming. When you become the person who naturally holds the frequency of abundance, abundance becomes inevitable. The universe cannot deny a vibration that matches its own structure. And tonight, you are stepping into that inevitability. You are embodying a frequency that begins rewriting the trajectory of your life from this moment forward. As your vibration rises to meet the frequency of your desires, a new phase begins, the embodiment of your future self. This is the moment when your energy stops identifying with who you were and starts identifying with who you are becoming. It's subtle at first, like a quiet shift of perspective, but soon it deepens into a powerful internal transformation. Your subconscious begins rearranging your identity, dissolving the old self-image built from fear, failure, and limitation, and replacing it with a version of you that feels capable, deserving, and aligned. This identity shift is the foundation of long-lasting manifestation, because you can only attract what aligns with who you believe you are. As this transformation unfolds, your inner dialogue starts changing. Thoughts that once carried hesitation or self-doubt begin losing their influence. Instead of asking, "Can I have this?" your energy whispers, "I am ready for this." This subtle shift is one of the most powerful vibrational upgrades you can experience, because identity governs attraction. When you become the version of yourself who already receives abundance with ease, the universe mirrors that identity back to you. The quantum field responds to who you are being in this moment, not who you were yesterday. Inside your energetic body, a new sense of equilibrium forms. It feels like a gentle grounding, a stillness that contains power rather than passivity. This is not the stillness of giving up, it is the stillness of alignment. Your future self vibrates at this frequency effortlessly. They do not chase, force, or doubt. They flow, they allow, they trust. And now, your subconscious begins to tune itself to this same emotional rhythm. You feel less urgency, less pressure, less fear of timing. This shift is crucial because the energy of lack repels manifestations, while the energy of being already aligned magnetizes them. As your identity expands, the emotional patterns associated with your past begin to fade. The version of you who struggled to believe in yourself, who carried old failures like heavy armor, who doubted every step, that version begins to dissolve. Not through effort, but through energetic evolution. In its place emerges a presence that feels stronger, more confident, more open to life. You begin to sense internal permission to receive, to expand, to evolve, to experience abundance without guilt or fear. You do not need to cling to who you used to be. You are becoming someone new. This embodiment brings with it a profound sense of calm confidence. You stop fearing the unknown because you can feel yourself growing into the person who can handle anything that comes. You stop doubting the process because your energy recognizes itself in the frequency of your desires. This recognition dissolves resistance at the root. You no longer wonder if things will work out to expect them to, not from arrogance, but from alignment. This expectation is magnetic. It is the signature frequency of your future self beginning to fuse with your present self. As the merging continues, your subconscious begins anchoring new emotional codes: stress, expansion, worthiness, clarity, abundance, peace. These codes imprint themselves deep within your energetic field, rewriting how you respond to life. You start noticing synchronicities more easily. You interpret opportunities differently. You feel guided rather than lost, supported rather than alone. This is the vibrational intelligence of your future self working through you, preparing your mind and energy to step into a new chapter with ease. When your identity aligns with your future self, a powerful bridge begins to form. It's an energetic pathway connecting your current reality to the timeline where your desires already exist. This bridge isn't physical, it's vibrational. It's built from the frequency you're holding right now, from the thoughts you've released, the emotions you've cleansed, and the beliefs you've rewritten. Each shift in your energy becomes a step forward, drawing you closer to the version of your life that once felt so distant. This connection strengthens silently, quietly, beneath the surface of your consciousness, but its effects ripple into every part of your reality. As this bridge strengthens, you start to feel a sense of inevitability surrounding your manifestations. It's not impatience or anxious expectation. It's a grounded knowing that what you desire is already forming. This knowing becomes your new emotional baseline, dissolving the fears that once disrupted your progress. You stop acting from survival and start acting from alignment. Your energy begins speaking the language of your future, and the universe listens. The bridge becomes clearer, more defined, as your vibration stabilizes in the frequency of abundance, clarity, and expansion. In this elevated state, your intuition becomes more active and more accurate. You begin sensing the right paths, the right decisions, the right opportunities, not through logic, but through resonance. Intuition is the navigation system of your future self, and right now, your subconscious is syncing with it. You no longer need to overthink or overanalyze. Your energy guides you where your mind once hesitated. This intuitive clarity is a sign that you are walking the energetic bridge fluidly, without resistance. Each intuitive spark is a marker showing you that you are moving toward alignment faster than ever. As the bridge forms, your emotional patterns shift in profound ways. You start responding differently to situations that once triggered doubt or fear. What used to feel overwhelming now feels manageable. What used to discourage you now feels irrelevant. This emotional evolution strengthens the bridge even more. You are no longer reacting from old wounds. You are responding from your new identity. This change transforms everything: your relationships, your opportunities, your decisions, and the way abundance finds its way to you. The universe recognizes emotional maturity as alignment, and alignment as readiness. As this readiness grows, the energetic distance between you and your desires shrinks. You may begin noticing synchronicities becoming more frequent, repeating numbers, meaningful coincidences, sudden ideas, or chances that appear at the exact moment you're prepared to receive them. These are not random signs. They are indicators that the bridge is active, stable, and carrying you forward. They show you that the universe is adjusting the path around you, ensuring that your new timeline becomes accessible, grounded, and real. With each passing moment in this receptive state, you become more synchronized with your future. You start to feel emotionally aligned with outcomes you once thought were too far away. The vibration of receiving becomes natural, almost effortless, as though your entire being has shifted from resistance into flow. This is the emotional signature of manifestation, nearing completion, the calm excitement, the quiet certainty, the gentle inner expansion. You're not just imagining your future, you are stepping into it vibrationally. As you continue sinking into this expanded state, a powerful anchoring begins to take place. This anchoring is the moment when your new vibration becomes stable enough to influence your physical reality. Up until now, much of your transformation has been internal clearing, releasing, rewriting, aligning, but now, the energy begins grounding itself into your subconscious as a permanent frequency rather than a temporary shift. It feels like the settling of something profound, a quiet but unmistakable sensation that your inner world has rearranged itself in a way that cannot be undone. Your new identity, your new vibration, your new openness, they are becoming the default settings of your energetic field. As this anchoring deepens, you may sense a steady warmth in your chest, a calm clarity in your mind, or a peaceful heaviness in your body. These sensations are signs that the frequency you've cultivated is rooting itself within you. It is no longer floating or fragile. It is becoming part of who you are. This grounding is essential because it stabilizes your vibration in a frequency that consistently attracts abundance. When your energy holds this stability, you stop oscillating between believing and doubting, receiving and resisting, hoping and fearing. You become consistent, and consistency is the language of manifestation. Inside your subconscious, this anchoring process rewires your emotional associations with abundance. You begin to link success with peace rather than stress, opportunity with excitement rather than fear, and growth with possibility rather than danger. These new associations reshape the emotional tone of your entire life. You no longer brace yourself for disappointment. You no longer shrink when you receive. You no longer sabotage your progress unconsciously. Instead, you expand, you welcome, you allow. This expansion acts like a beacon, emitting a strong, steady signal into the quantum field that pulls matching experiences toward you. As the frequency roots itself deeper, you begin to feel aligned with a version of your life that once felt distant. The desires you held for years no longer feel like fantasies, they feel like inevitability. This shift occurs because your subconscious is now holding the vibrational signature of those desires. The universe responds to this frequency by reorganizing your external reality. People begin showing up, ideas form, opportunities emerge, pathways that were once hidden become visible. You feel guided, not by chance, but by alignment. This anchoring also shifts your emotional resilience. You begin responding to challenges differently with calm, clarity, and trust rather than fear or contraction. This emotional upgrade strengthens your ability to hold abundance when it arrives. Many people repel manifestation because their energy collapses under pressure. But your energy is learning to remain open, steady, and receptive regardless of what happens outside of you. This steadiness is a mark of high vibration, and it is one of the reasons manifestation accelerates once anchoring is complete. As the anchoring concludes, your energy enters a state of readiness, a vibrational readiness that tells the universe you are prepared to receive, sustain, and expand the abundance coming your way. This readiness is not loud or dramatic. It is quiet, grounded, and unmistakable. You may feel it as a soft confidence, a gentle empowerment, or a quiet inner glow. This glow is the light of your new reality beginning to radiate outward, touching the world around you and signaling the closing of the old cycle. As your new vibration settles into place, the next stage begins, the integration of expansion. This is the moment when your energy starts stretching beyond old emotional limits and stepping into the frequencies of growth, movement, and forward momentum. It feels like an internal unfolding, as though parts of you that were once closed off are opening for the first time. This opening is not forced. It flows naturally because the anchor of your new reality has already been planted. Now, your energy begins learning how to expand authentically, without fear of losing itself or reverting to old patterns. This is the beginning of true vibrational evolution. As this expansion unfolds, your subconscious starts embracing possibility instead of dismissing it. Where you once saw obstacles, you now sense pathways. Where you once felt hesitation, you now feel readiness. This shift happens not because the external world has changed, but because your vibration no longer resonates with limitation. The old frequencies of doubt, fear, and scarcity simply cannot survive in the new emotional environment you are creating. Your energy becomes more flexible, more resilient, more spacious. It stretches to hold dreams that once felt too big and begins treating them as natural extensions of your identity. As your field expands, your intuitive senses strengthen. You begin noticing subtle nudges, internal impulses guiding you toward opportunities and decisions aligned with your new timeline. These nudges are the intelligence of your expanded self speaking to you. They become clearer as your vibration rises, directing you with gentle certainty toward paths that lead to growth. You feel less confusion, less turmoil, less second-guessing. Instead, you move with a sense of harmony, as though life is quietly coordinating with your desires behind the scenes. This integration also changes the emotional tone of your inner world. The heaviness you once carried begins dissolving into a more fluid, adaptable energy. You feel less weighed down by your past and more connected to your future. This sense of emotional spaciousness becomes familiar, a supportive environment where your dreams can breathe and grow. As your subconscious adapts to this expansion, it begins to reinterpret challenges in a new light. Instead of seeing them as threats, you start seeing them as opportunities for refinement and alignment. Your emotional resilience increases, allowing you to navigate obstacles without collapsing into old patterns. This shift in perception is crucial, because manifestation is not about avoiding setbacks but about maintaining your vibration in the face of them. Your subconscious is learning this skill, preparing you to walk confidently into your new timeline. A quiet confidence emerges. You begin to trust your expansion, trust your intuition, trust the unfolding of your life. This trust becomes a stabilizing force, preventing you from retreating into old emotional states. It anchors you in your new vibration while allowing it to grow and evolve. You feel yourself stepping into a broader version of who you are, one that is capable, deserving, and aligned with the abundance you are attracting. As your expansion becomes stable, your energy begins to synchronize with the universal principle that transforms manifestation entirely. The path of least resistance. This is the path where your desires meet the least internal friction, where progress flows naturally, and where opportunities unfold with grace instead of struggle. Your subconscious starts aligning itself with this principle, allowing your energy to stop fighting, forcing, or pushing against life. Instead, you begin flowing with the rhythms that already support your growth. This synchronization creates a deep sense of ease, as though you are finally walking through life with the wind at your back rather than in your face. As this energetic alignment takes shape, you begin feeling a sense of harmony in areas where there was once tension. The parts of you that resisted abundance, resisted change, resisted faith, they soften. They release their grip. They give you permission to live in a more fluid, receptive state. This shift happens because your energy is learning that the universe responds not to force, but to coherence. When you become coherent, the path becomes effortless. You no longer waste energy fighting battles that never belonged to you. You move with clarity and direction, guided by the vibration of alignment. As your vibration synchronizes with ease rather than struggle, you start noticing that life responds differently to you. The situations that once felt chaotic now feel manageable. The decisions that once brought confusion now bring clarity. You begin recognizing signs and synchronicities with greater accuracy, understanding that they are confirmations. These confirmations are the universe telling you, you're walking the right path, keep going. This recognition strengthens your confidence and deepens your trust. In this receptive state, your subconscious begins removing the emotional habits that once kept you trapped. Habits like overthinking, doubting, or assuming the worst begin losing their hold. Instead, your mind adopts new patterns rooted in trust, intuition, and openness. These new patterns feel lighter, more natural, more aligned with the frequency of abundance. As this shift continues, you develop an inner stillness that amplifies your manifestation power. This stillness is not passive, it is potent. It is the kind of quiet that holds strength, confidence, and grounded awareness. It allows you to hear your intuition without the noise of fear. It allows you to act from clarity rather than urgency. Stillness becomes your anchor, guiding you toward choices that support your growth. As the synchronization reaches its peak, you notice an emerging sense of flow and natural rhythm, guiding your actions and decisions. You stop forcing outcomes and start trusting timing. You stop chasing answers and start receiving guidance. This flow is the energetic signature of the path of least resistance, and as your subconscious aligns with it, your manifestations accelerate. They no longer need to break through layers of doubt or fear. They reach you effortlessly because nothing inside you is blocking them anymore. Thanks for watching. If this resonated with you, remember to like and subscribe for more content to help you on your journey. As your energy settles fully into the path of least resistance, a remarkable transformation begins. You become magnetic to synchronicities, not by chance, not by luck, but by vibrational alignment. The universe starts arranging events around your energy rather than your effort. You may not notice it consciously, but your field emits a clearer, stronger frequency. One that calls toward you experiences that match your new vibrational identity. This magnetism is subtle, yet powerful. It works in silence, but speaks loudly through results. It is the point where life begins cooperating with you in ways it never could before, because now your energy is finally speaking the language of your desires. As your magnetism strengthens, opportunities begin emerging without force. They appear through unexpected conversations, sudden ideas, intuitive nudges, or moments of perfect timing that seem too precise to be coincidences. These alignments are proof that your frequency is interacting with the quantum field in a new way. Instead of chasing possibilities, possibilities begin gravitating toward you. The universe gathers the threads of your timeline and starts weaving them together in a way that supports your expansion. This is not random, it is resonance, and resonance never fails. As synchronicities multiply, you develop a deeper sensitivity to guidance. You begin recognizing that the universe communicates through symbols, patterns, impulses, and encounters. Your intuition sharpens, becoming a direct channel between your subconscious and the field of infinite potential. You feel guided rather than lost, supported rather than uncertain. This guidance feels like a gentle pull inside your chest or a warm clarity in your mind. An unmistakable sense that you are being led toward something meaningful. You learn to trust this pull because your vibration now aligns with truth rather than fear. This vibrational alignment also rewires your relationship with time. Instead of rushing, forcing, or fearing delays, you begin trusting divine timing. You sense that everything is unfolding at the perfect pace for your growth and expansion. What once felt like obstacles now feel like timing adjustments. What once felt like rejection now feels like redirection. This shift in perspective dissolves anxiety and strengthens your faith in the process. You no longer wait with fear, you wait with certainty. And this certainty accelerates manifestation more than any physical action ever could. As divine timing integrates into your emotional system, your energy becomes more stable and more receptive. You stop oscillating between doubt and belief because your vibration becomes steady enough to hold what you desire. This steadiness is magnetic. It sends a consistent signal into the universe, allowing your manifestations to move toward you without distortion. Your energy becomes a lighthouse, clear, bright, unwavering, guiding everything that matches your frequency directly to your path. As this magnetism amplifies, you begin witnessing a powerful truth. The universe is not separate from you. It is responding to you. Your vibration shapes its behavior, and your emotional state guides its timing. The moment you align fully with the frequency of trust, certainty, and openness, the universe reorganizes itself in ways your mind could never predict. Manifestation ceases to be a struggle and becomes a collaboration, a dance between your intention and the field of infinite possibilities. As this reprogramming settles into your subconscious, you enter the completion phase, the moment when your inner transformation becomes a living frequency. This is where everything you've integrated tonight merges into a single, powerful vibration that reshapes the way the universe responds to you. It feels like a quiet awakening inside your energy, a soft illumination that grows slowly but steadily, filling every part of you with the certainty that life is no longer happening to you, it is happening through you. Your vibration has become the architect of your reality, and tonight, that architect has been rebuilt from the inside out. As this inner awakening strengthens, you begin shedding the final fragments of the old self, the hesitations, the emotional echoes, the silent fears that once shaped your choices. They dissolve like shadows touched by light, unable to exist in the new frequency you now embody. You start sensing a deeper alignment, not just with your desires but with your purpose, your path, your authenticity. This alignment brings a calm confidence to every layer of your being. It signals the closing of the old cycle and the birth of a new timeline, one aligned with expansion, abundance, and inner truth. As you prepare to drift into deeper sleep, your subconscious takes full control, carrying the new vibrational codes into the most influential regions of your mind. This is where long-term transformation happens. Each word you've absorbed tonight turns into a frequency recorded deep within your energetic blueprint. These frequencies will continue working while you sleep, dissolving old patterns, reinforcing new beliefs, and strengthening your alignment with the future you are calling in. You are no longer waiting for change. Change is already unfolding within you. As this transformation continues, a profound stillness settles into your heart. It is not emptiness, it is spaciousness. It is the space you've created by releasing resistance, rewriting beliefs, and allowing your energy to rise. This spaciousness becomes the home of your new reality. It gives your manifestations room to form, grow, and move toward you without interference. This state of inner openness is the most magnetic vibration you can hold, and tonight, it has become your natural emotional environment. As the stillness deepens, your energy begins communicating with the quantum field in a clear, uninterrupted stream. Your desires broadcast themselves as stable vibrational signatures rather than scattered or conflicted signals. This clarity accelerates the manifestation process. The universe has no choice but to respond. It aligns people, events, resources, and opportunities with unmatched precision, weaving them into your path with divine timing. You are stepping into a life that matches the inner frequency you've cultivated tonight. And that frequency is powerful, coherent, and aligned. As the frequency anchors into your subconscious, a new emotional truth emerges. The truth that you are worthy of every desire you've ever held, not because you earned it, but because your vibration now resonates with it. Worthiness becomes the core of your new identity. It radiates from you like an inner glow, influencing every thought, every choice, every emotion. This glow becomes the beacon that guides your manifestations into form. And as your energy stabilizes at this level, your future becomes not only possible, but inevitable. If this reprogramming touched you tonight, don't let this frequency fade. Let it stay alive inside you. Take a deep breath, feel the shift, and if you're ready to continue raising your vibration, do one simple thing. Subscribe to the channel so you never miss another night of transformation. Leave a yes in the comments to seal this new reality into your subconscious. And come back to this audio for the next 7 nights. Each time you listen, the energy anchors deeper, the alignment strengthens, and your manifestation accelerates. Remember this truth: your new reality has already begun. Now it's your turn to walk into it. I'll see you in the next activation. Sleep deeply, manifest effortlessly, and awaken tomorrow already aligned with the life you were meant to live.